The next character we're working on, her name is Shard.
So it's a she.
It is a she. Just to quickly summarize, she's kind of a physical counterpart to Karapyss.
There's another question from Nakaruru.
Samurai Showdown!
Is anything going to happen with PvE soon?
We have been seriously talking about the need...
Seriously?
Yes, in all seriousness, we have been seriously talking about the serious need to get some new bots into the PvE rotation for cereal.
For cereal?
For cereal.
Oh my gosh, I can't do this.
Yeah, PvE. We are looking at bots in there. We want to make them do their SIGs. And we want to give them more behaviors like ganking, stuff like that. We're actively working on those things. No sort of announced date or ETA on that stuff yet, but yeah, you should expect to see some improvements to the bots coming up.
So we actually haven't put this information anywhere. The bots in 3VE are white for a reason. They're supposed to be, you know, reflections of these characters, and they're actually meant to be protecting that tomb.
All right, one more question from Osnik. Any plans regarding 10 players versus 10 players?
Let's see. This is that mode that Amanda may have announced.
I know. I've been wanting to do a 10v10 big, massive arena of death for the longest time. It's just our focus has just been on these new champions, this new content that we have been delivering to you guys. So hopefully soon in the nearest future.
Put 10 versus 10? What's wrong with putting 10 versus 10 in a 5v5 map?
I don't know. We haven't done it internally, and it probably wouldn't work. The lanes will probably be
Team
too tight.
Too crowded.
Can we try it?
Yeah.
Can we try that? It would be ridiculous.
It would be easy to try, but I think a lot of people's computers would die. In the coming 2 weeks, you guys will see 2 new features. So the first one is First One of the Day. This is something we know the community has been asking for a while, so yay! This will be for both meta currency and for experience. And what we've done, because we are unique in that we have champion persistence, First One of the Day is for the account, and then First One of the Day per champion that you play. So there's incentive to play all of the champions that you like to play at least once a day. And then we also have the death streak feature, and this is kind of a counterpart to the bounty feature that is currently in the game. And what this means is players who end up on death streaks without getting any kills or assists, their native gold value, how much gold a player would get for killing them, will actually start to decrease. So hopefully this should balance out some of the feeder problems, you know, that you guys have been rather vocal about on the forums. So please, once these features are out, keep an eye out for them, pay attention to them, and give us any feedback that you may have.
So as you guys have known, we've put out these recent jungle changes. What we haven't told you is why. We wanted to do this jungle revamp due to the fact that level 1s did not have the same opportunities that persistent level 50s had. At level 1, you tried to jungle and you would die. We've now switched it so that the persistent changes are now interactive with the jungle. So at level 1, you are able to jungle efficiently and still not be so drawn back. We decreased the gold that you get due to the fact that at level 50, you would run around and jungle for 10 minutes and you'd be level 13 and you would have half of your item build completely finished. We noticed that it was absolutely and completely imbalanced. And so we wanted to get a fix on that as soon as possible.
We wanted to specifically have certain characters that were designated as good junglers, Talia and Karapyss being kind of our first 2 poster children for the jungler role. So again, as new champions come out, look forward to seeing some more jungle role type characters. In addition to the jungle changes and persistent scaling, this is something I'm not sure if you guys have noticed or not. We definitely mentioned it in our patch notes. Our persistent levels are divided into 5 tiers, and those 5 tiers are 1 through 10, 11 through 20, so on and so forth. Each tier has a set of stats applied to the towers and the neutral creeps or jungle mobs in a map, and those stats will slightly increase as the player goes up in tier, so as the average persistent persistent level of a game goes up, those stats will naturally adjust. The adjustment isn't meant to be severe. The player should still feel like they are growing more powerful as they go up in persistent level. But we didn't want the level 50 game to be a total rollover where towers are meaningless, whereas at the level 1 game, towers were just way too strong. And then the base layout. The top 2 towers that were behind the shrine were they were too much. They were causing problems with clutter within the base itself, so we just removed them. We also went ahead and made the decision to have the mega creep spawn inside the enemy base for timing reasons. We think it's actually more strategic now for the players to time when they're going to go ahead and take out a relic so that they can actually be there to take advantage of the mega creep that has spawned.
Another question from Tier. Is there any possibility of you guys implementing a high-level map? Let's say level 41 to 50 bracket only.
We'd love to do it.
So invite your friends.
Yeah, bring your friends in. Let's get more people playing, and let's get more people in that bracket.
All right, thanks guys for listening in on another podcast.
All right, thanks, and special bro hoof.
Thundercats, our go.
Happy podcasting. Raise fist to air. Have a wonderful evening, my fellow comrades of Immortals.
You're going to say my fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
How do you know it's the evening?
And Russians. and Poles.